Greetings and salutations, YouTube. Casual Flacker here, back for not technically the next episode of our Madden 21 Cowboys franchise. As you can see, Week 3 has already been played, and there is no video of Week 3 having already been played. Apparently, the Madden it chose not to record it. I'm recording on my PlayStation, and I don't know, it's weird. Anyway, so that's not there. As you can see, though, it's not like I manipulated anything. We got the loss. I took it. You know, why would I force a loss if I didn't actually lose? Or, you know, if I was going to do that, I would have said, oh, well, we won. But we didn't. We lost because we're losers. So let's go look at the stats from the game. We couldn't run the ball, as you can see. Dak, 346 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 picks. Those numbers in a vacuum look okay, but if you actually expand on that and realize what they actually represent, one of the interceptions was a throw out of sack interception that led to a pick six. So take that away, we win the game, as we lost 34-31. The other pick was me just hitting the wrong button when I was throwing. I threw to a guy that I knew wasn't open, but here we are. Rushing, Zeke had 31 yards. He couldn't carry the ball. Dak had a fumble, which also led to a touchdown. That was actually on the first drive of the game. Receiving, Amari Cooper did big things. 11 for 157, 2 touchdowns. 3 for 77 for Gallup. 3 for 61 for CeeDee Lamb. Dalton Schultz continues his really good season with 4 catches, 51 yards, and a touchdown. Who gave up the sack? Biotish gave up the sack. And defensively, we had 10 tackles for Jalen Smith and 6 for Donovan Wilson. Tackles for loss, we had 2. He didn't. Ignore that. We'll talk about that later. Sacks, Alden Smith, Jalen Smith, and Randy Gregory each had a sack, and that was pretty much it. Okay, so you saw Matthew Ioannidis on there, who was not a member of our team. That was the other thing that we did last week, and that would really have been what I wanted y'all to see from the episode. Because we made some trades. We decided the defense was not good. So we acquired first. We did 2 different moves. Acquired Matthew Ioannidis from Washington football team. He's a surplus defensive tackle for him. He's their 3rd best defensive tackle as an 86 star. So we acquired him to beef up the defensive line. I think he'll be a really good addition for us. And then you see the man up here at the top, a guy that I really wanted Dallas to get. I really wanted them to trade. Really wanted them to trade for him. He's from Texas. He'll fit in great. Mr. Jamal Adams, the superstar X Factor. He should be a big boost to our secondary. So that does mean that Donovan Wilson is going to move to our backup. We're going to leave Caden Stearns as the starter just because he's got the development trait. And as of right now, we're leaving our corners the way they are. But I will go to the transaction screen, and I'll show y'all what we did with the trades. So for Jamal Adams, we gave up a 1st, a 2nd, and a 3rd in next year's draft to get him. Probably an undervalued trade, I would say. Really should have given up more. We kind of cheesed the Madden system a little bit, but I mean, that's not terrible value. Like, that's an extra pick in the first 3 rounds of the next draft. So, and then for Ioannidis, we gave up a 3rd round pick, Reggie Robinson, and Blake Jarwin. So honestly, I think that was a fair deal. Ioannidis is 27. He does have a high overall, but I think in the grand scheme of things, especially if you look at the NFL, a 3rd round pick is about what they'd get. And we gave him a starting quality tight end who's locked up. But with that being said, I do need to go sign another tight end. I don't know if there's anyone here. So my left eyelid is twitching and it is driving me crazy. So I'm thinking Jack Doyle might be the move. Ooh, he has 75 speed. Greg Olson is 36 and he's faster than you. Or do we bring back Jason Witten as our backup? Oh, Jeff Swaim. He was a former Cowboy. We got to do it. We'll bring back Jason Witten. Hopefully he will. Oh, he's going to put our team over the salary cap. Why do you want 2.6 million? Okay, are there any moves I can make that would free up cap space? Those are the smallest numbers. The biggest numbers are not any guys we can cut. Our backup lineman, Rashard Robinson, you got to go. I don't even know where he sits on my depth chart, but okay, let's just individually go look for guys. Gotta keep both of them. We'll keep both of them. He's done some good things for me before, special teams wise. Savion Smith has. I need both of those linebackers. Do I cut David Irving? I don't save that much money. I don't think it's worth it. I like both of those guys. This dude might get turned into a fullback. What is your blocking? 60 pass blocking. What is Olawale's? That's the real question. He's actually not a very good blocker. His pass blocking is good, I guess. At a 72. Even though he's a North Texas kid, he's getting cut. And we will move Sewo Olenula. Oh, he went to TCU. We'll move him over to fullback. He wears a fullback number anyway. I don't think he's super big. What is his overall at fullback? He's a 71 overall fullback. Alright, well, cool. He's better than the one we had anyway. Hopefully I can sign Witten now. I don't even need him for that long. I just need him for this season. And then I can figure it out after that. I gotta cut somebody else. I don't even know who to cut because I have like no roster space. It might end up being one of these backup linemen. Who do we not need? Probably Joe Looney. Yep. So I can't release Joe Looney because I'll be under the minimum roster size, but I can't sign anybody else because I don't have any cap space. Someone explain to me how that makes sense. It's listing fullback as a position of need. My fullback is better than he was before. Do I bother? No, I'm not even going to bother trading for a tight end. I don't care. Okay, so we do have a breakout scenario for Dak. Hopefully we can beat New York. So he needs 350 total yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and a win. The win is the most important thing. If he doesn't get his X Factor ability, I'm not that concerned. I would really like for him to get it, but if it doesn't happen, so be it. I just want the win. So here we are. Hopefully this one actually records. He gets 147 yards this year. Oh, that's bad. We just haven't really been good at any aspect. Dalton Schultz, I guess, is having a good year, but other than that, I'm thinking Jamal Adams is going to be the guy that puts this defense over the top and makes it at least halfway decent. My eye is still giving me issues. My eyelid is legit like twitching. I don't know what it's doing. If there's any doctors in the audience, please tell me. Am I about to die or lose vision? Or am I about to lose the ability to close my left eye? Because that would be unfortunate. Because fun fact, I can only close one eye individually. I can close them both together, but I can only close my left eye by itself. I can't do that to my right eye.
51 yards and a touchdown. And most teams mark down big plays as ones that gain 10 yards or more. He certainly has big playability, and we just saw it on display.
Ugh.
First down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I hate that they all decide to just give up on. Maybe I need to start using pump fakes more. Get one to Gallup there. Let's go. That passing play is just so good. I'm hoping next season we'll have a little bit more cap space to work with and I can actually get some depth. That's part of the problem. Or that could prove to be a big issue for us is we have no depth. Pick up there by CeeDee Lamb.
And he will have a Cowboys first down and comfortably so as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
So at this point in the rebuild, we've kind of gone beyond the scope of realism, I guess. I mean, Ioannidis was a realistic trade. I don't know that the football team would ever actually make that trade with Dallas. Just because it's an in-division trade type scenario, and a good defensive tackle like that would go a long way to helping Dallas. But the Jamal Adams thing, that's not happening. So 2nd and inches there. Schultz picks up the. Schultz is there on the play. We're gonna look to pass because I do want to get Prescott his. There's Gallup. See, I don't just throw to Cooper in the red zone.
His first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. You'd have to imagine for a team that's lost 3 straight games,
And I will say this right now so that it is out there in the open. If I get all the other requirements for Dak's development trait to go up, except for the interception, and it's on a stupid throw out of sack interception, I'm going to go in manually and change it because those are stupid and I don't have a whole lot of choice on them. Now, if I just throw an interception and it's my fault, or even if it's not my fault, but just like through some other aspect of the game, like Dak being inaccurate, then that's too bad. I'm just going to have to deal with it. I didn't even look at what my pass rush set was. It should probably be... Let me go look at that real quick. It should probably be Ioannidis and Gregory rushing the passer up the middle, but I didn't look. Rush D tackle. Yeah, it definitely should be. So take out Tristan Hill. Gallimore move there. And the best thing about these two guys that we traded for is Ioannidis has got the rest of this year and the next year on his deal, but he's got an easy opt-out. So if we decided to cut him, we could save about $6 million in cap space. And then the Seahawks were kind enough to re-sign. They were kind enough to re-sign Jamal Adams before they sent him my way. That was a really nice tackle by Ioannidis too. I know he did pick up the first down, but if they had like any less space to go, they wouldn't have picked it up, or any more space to go. That's what I'm looking for. Jalen Smith with the breakup. Matthew Ioannidis getting pressure on Jones. Oh, Gregory forces the fumble. Ioannidis picks it up. Let's go. Let's go. Defense coming up big already. They said Dak Prescott sacked. That's weird. We want revenge for week 1. Oh! Dalton Schultz comes so close to coming down with some really nice balls like that. Oh! I'm pretty sure that I have abilities on Cooper specifically for situations like that, and it did no good. And Gallo comes down with that. I don't... It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I mean, I got the catch, so I'm not worried about it, but still, it's silly. Oh, Marcus Cannon is tight end. Oh, and wide open spaces. And we're going to just waltz into the end zone. Dak Prescott for the rushing touchdown. So those keeping track, that is 2 touchdowns for Dak. He needs 4. I think 4. It's 4 at the most. That's what we're going to shoot for, but it might be 3. A start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way and you're putting some doubt in their minds. And again, like I said, if it gets to the point where why is my phone's battery so low? I don't know. But if it gets to, if we get everything else and we get an interception that's a stupid throw out of sack one, I'll organically go in and change it because it's stupid. But I talked in the last episode about the Cowboys IRL signing Keanu Neal, which I think is going to be a solid pickup for the... Oh! Barkley fumbled. Hey, made 2 trades and all of a sudden we're forcing stuff out.
Fumbles on their last two. I know
I can't tell if he actually fumbled it or not.
and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it
I
going to get done
don't
when they
really
stop
think he
fumbling?
did, but
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
really on the field is overturned. Okay, that's fine.
So possession still there. So now
Um,
they face a third down.
yeah, it's saw that they signed Keanu Neal.
For the gun. Jones.
There's so many quick passes are so difficult. Like, I just want to look and see how he beat Surtain off the line that quickly.
First down
Stop.
as they're able to get.
Because that's Rashad Bateman, who I don't think is that fast. Let's go find him right there. Okay. Zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. And there's Surtain covering him. Surtain just doesn't make a move. That's how he beats him off the line.
The third down conversion.
Um,
To start the drive.
but yeah, I think the Keanu Neal trade could be really big for the Cowboys. He was a first-round pick a few years ago. He just has had issues, and DeMarcus Lawrence gets a big sack there. Let's go.
DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack. Coming up
That's right,
to
the tank.
15 following that sack.
Um,
Another try after the first down sack. Jones. That's caught by his tight end.
that was a fumble.
Now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It's picked up by the Cowboys.
Oh, and Kevin Zeitler is hurt for the Giants.
To the 50.
Easily their best defensive line or offensive lineman.
Office all smiles when the ink went dry on this new contract.
Not only them, how about the coaching staff? Because oftentimes the front office, the coaching staff, man,
Let's go back and look at that. Where's Evan Ingram? Right there. First of all, I don't like the way they cover tight ends. Because Van Der Esch is the one that's supposed to be covering him. He's got to cover so much space to just get there, and he's got to go through 2 receivers. Also, whoever was covering Robinson did a terrible job. I'm glad they didn't throw it there. Van Der Esch gets beat real bad. Ingram gets it, and 35 comes up. I think that's Adams. Yeah, it's Adams. Comes up, and boom! And it's recovered by Surtain. So already the big trade acquisitions are paying dividends.
I think everyone was in sync on this one. He's a guy that they needed to keep.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with
So let's go.
right
Up 14-0.
here's a good way to kick off a drive complete over
Get a big completion. Oh no, Biotish is hurt.
before reaching the 30. Now after the
And I cut Joe Looney.
timeout, an injured player. We'll update when we return to MetLife Stadium. So first
Who's playing? I think it's McGovern is playing center, which is might actually be a little bit better.
play fake.
No, I didn't cut Looney. Woo! That was almost the first
That's knocked down.
strained tricep. Okay, we do still have Looney, so it's really about the same thing.
This will probably be the last play of the quarter.
And who knows? Maybe. Oh no, we do have a. There is a safety there.
Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. He finds his target. It's
I got a couple.
and he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out
Oh,
to be
what's 3rd and 9?
first quarter. They gotta get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down.
With the back to the Keanu Neal thing, because I have never been able to finish my thought on that.
Defense that time in pass coverage.
He there's apparently talks that he's going to move down to. Ooh,
But he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
okay. There's apparently talks that he's going to move down to linebacker instead of playing safety, which
Maybe a little fortunate there. That was
I don't necessarily get
maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
because they don't have another safety besides Donovan Wilson.
Language, though, right? Is he watching
Um,
to the right, trying to
I get that they need another linebacker too, but
to get it.
The lane opens here. He's
great.
at the 30. Room to run at the 50. Still going inside the 30.
I'm glad my defense has gotten better because apparently it came at the expense of my special teams unit.
Special return, and it happened.
Well, there's some fun gameplay for you.
He has to have that approval as special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do the correct.
All right, well, 17-7 now.
Exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have
I really hope that doesn't just spark something for them.
you're taking out some responsibility, but he was happy to do so there.
Let's go down and score again.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative.
If Dallas can get another safety beside Wilson, I think the Keanu Neal at safety thing could be really good, or the Keanu Neal at linebacker thing could be really good because they'd have some very, very athletic linebackers. I mean, Vander Esch and Jalen Smith are really fast, and then they're pairing him with a guy who played in the defensive backfield, so you know he's going to be fast. And that might help him on the run, too.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was
100th career catch for Dalton Schultz. Well, I will do my best, sir.
And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And he will
Amari Cooper is just a really solid wide receiver. I guess it just never occurred to Oakland that maybe they weren't using him right, or that maybe they just didn't have a quarterback. Well, I say that. He was with Derek Carr for quite a bit of his career, so... And I have nothing against Derek Carr. I think he's a solid quarterback. He's not amazing, but he's solid. He's a guy that with, like, defensive help, he could win a Super Bowl with. Now, he's not gonna... He's not just gonna will you there like, oh no, Marcus Cannon, look at that route he's running. Dalton Schultz is wide open, let's go. I'm telling you, we're gonna turn Dalton Schultz into a superstar if it's the last thing we do.
catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. From the red zone now, Prescott. And this is caught.
Oh yeah, Cooper in the slot there.
Yeah, the Cowboys are going to be looking at first and
To quote Kirk
goal.
Cousins, you like that?
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone?
Okay,
Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker.
I don't know how I feel about this. Let's look at some hot routes.
Ball gets tipped in the air.
McKeon, McKeon and I run with you.
Defense.
Let's run an out route with you. Yeah, I like that better.
Prescott yet again. Flushed out right.
All right, well, there's another touchdown.
For a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead.
Oh, I really didn't think that was that far off.
All-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit.
So we're at 3 touchdowns for Dak now, so he needs one more to hit that.
This one off
We've got a whole half to do it.
into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat in the drive when we get it to
And our defense is playing well enough to actually get us a win. Knock on wood.
back to Daniel Jones and company. I think this crowd not really sure what to make of things. You know, their guys have not looked very good. Their leader here at the
Oh, Jalen Smith.
great either.
And Jalen Adams lays him out. Wait, Jalen Adams? No, that's not right.
Not really fully true.
Whoa. I just forgot that man's name. Here we go. Is that his name? There's no way that's his name. That doesn't sound right. Jamal. Jamal Adams. Whoa. I said Jalen Smith, and then I said, oh, Jalen Adams. And then I was like, oh, we've got 2 Jalens. That's weird.
For you. In this case, they've got to find a way to shake it off and at least
And
get something done.
then I realized that, in fact, that was not Jamal Adams' name. Oh, and Ioannidis gets the sack, and I'm hoping that's a hold.
Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks
And it was.
like offense.
So, we will decline that because the 2nd and 20 is infinitely better than a 1st and 20.
But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts? No. No, not at all.
Oh, Alden Smith gets there. Let's go. Let's go. Now we're feasting. Now we are feasting.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me.
All right, just don't give up the first.
Empathy for the QB, right?
That's why we're in the zone.
Definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game.
Ooh! Trevon Diggs nearly had his first pick of the season, and Stern should have had his too, but
Two things you can do in that situation. Run and punt the football.
either way,
Shot at getting the first down.
4th and 26.
Without the punt all the same.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
And this, I think the Giants are actually in 1st in the division. I think they're 3-0. So this could be really big for us. We've got a lot of room to, or a long way to go to get to the. Oh, he was open, but that guy reacted a lot quicker than I thought he would.
Front, then they have the backups, right? He's the guy out front because the backups, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, but we're going to the headliner each and every time, and that's not easily done because you know all the defenses are kicking towards him right now. That means he's fighting his way through traffic, finding ways to get open, even when he's not.
And I know we're not running the ball a whole lot, but the passing has been effective. And like I said, I want to get Prescott his ability. I'm going to do my best to not just force it into places. It's a good motto to live your life by the way. Don't force it into places. A good pickup there by Lamb. I think he's at 2. He said he was at 216. There's Gallup on the slant. Let's go. I think I've been thinking about Gallup in regards to like his contract. You got the user truck, but it didn't do any good. He's a guy that I wanted. Originally, my idea was, okay, I'm just going to trade him at the trade deadline because I'm not going to bring him back. I don't have the cap space for it. But I'm thinking we're going to end up with more cap space next year than I thought because Dak's contract was... Dak's contract ended up being smaller than what I was anticipating. So we may be able to get... And we got the 2 point back, or we got that one missed extra point back. So I think we're going to keep him around till the end of the season, and we'll kind of see where our cap situation is at. So I would hate to like actually get into a position where I wanted to keep him, and then we traded him off. And I didn't mean to do that. I play too many other games where the like touchpad button actually is just like a pause or does something other than waste an important resource. So yeah, I think I'm going to keep him around for now. Oh, I forgot that Justin Fields went to the Broncos. I was reading the little ticker down there, and it was the Broncos and the Chiefs, and I saw Justin Fields, and I was like, why on earth is Justin Fields playing for the Chiefs? And I was like, oh no, he's playing for the Broncos. I thought he was with the Jets. But then I remembered that I reordered the... Ooh, big hit by Alden Smith. I remember that I reordered the draft order. I do hope for the Cowboys' sake, though, that Keanu Neal ends up staying healthy, because like I said, he'd be a really big addition, and he signed pretty cheap. I think it was 1 year, $5 million.
Final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first.
And for anyone that's interested, I guess I can go in after the game and I can show you like his Madden rating and everything. Which I know Madden means absolutely nothing. And Ioannidis gets there. Sack number 2. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. Those are his first 2 sacks of the season, so. But then again, I imagine he's not playing a whole lot for Washington. Because where are you going to put him? You've got Chase Young on one side, Montez Sweat on the other side, and then in the middle you've got Deron Payne and Jonathan Allen. So. Milestone, 50th career sack. Come on, Lawrence, you can get it. And there's just like a difference between having a guy that's that good as opposed to what I was dealing with. Ioannidis is just beating guys off the line. Gallimore and Hill and them they weren't doing that. Oh, and we missed 2 tackles on Barkley. So good job by Surtain to clean that up. Both of the guys I traded for missed tackles. Ioannidis, good job by Vander Esch.
Stopped him cold. That to me, that's good scouting and even better execution. Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape.
Oh,
Made some adjustments.
He really does not want to get hit by Adams.
Here is the tackles made at the Cowboys 43. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Jones with a handoff to Barkley, and he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. At the Cowboys 44.
I'm trying to think of new football topics to talk about. You guys can leave those in the comments. I think this might be the last video I record for a while. They're going to mostly get bulk recorded. So I'm doing this on the weekend, and I kind of want to record Madden, you know. So after this, leave comments that you want to hear me talk about.
Here's Jones to throw on 3rd down. It's caught.
Why is Gregory all the way back there? I don't know.
It's 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
A 1st down carry for Barkley, and he'll get about 5 here.
So we're still up 31-7. 4 minutes left in the 3rd. We have not had the ball yet. I would like to have it back because I'm running out of time to get Prescott the yards he needs. I think he needs like 100 yards. Yeah, that was not good. So touchdown Giants. Their first offensive touchdown, so not too bad. It's better than what we've been dealing with. And they're going to go for 2 here. So 31-15. Let's get it back, go down, get Zach some yardage. Okay. Pollard refusing to go down. More just he can't go down because they're holding him in the air. That was a better return than I thought. We got to the 30.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. A nice looking play to start.
And there's Amari again. Oh yeah, 257. I need 100 yards. That's gonna be tough.
So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was was inquiring about him and his skills.
Ugh.
They say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
He did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback.
That's what made that catch there. It was a wide open slant. If a receiver can't make that catch, they're not making the NFL. Ooh. Alright, CD Lamb getting it done. Okay, if we get a touchdown through the air, Dak is going to have 300 yards, which means we'll need 50 in the fourth quarter. Oh, and we get sacked. That's a problem. That was a good defensive play by the Giants. There was nobody open.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting.
Okay, so 303 for Dak.
Done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure.
All right. Schultz is not in the game. That's unfortunate.
Third and short yardage. Prescott escaping the pressure right. He can run, and he is into the end zone.
Oh, rushing yards count for my yardage too. So whatever.
Touchdown run. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now.
So 38-15 lead.
And you talk about on his back.
We are kind of
The extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. What a great performance.
Blake Bortles is the quarterback for the Saints, and he just had 380 yards and 5 touchdowns. What is going on?
Extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
For anyone that might be watching this that is not familiar with Madden or Madden Simulation or Madden Franchise,
Almost through 3 quarters of play in this.
and Mitch Trubisky has 388 yards and 4 touchdowns for the Bears.
Because they're not even over 100
Anyway,
yet. And in today's NFL,
there are 3 playbooks in this game that routinely put out ridiculous numbers. The Titans, they're at least for quarterbacks. It's the Titans, the Titans, the pass heavy. You would think with Derrick Henry it would be running the ball 99% of the time, but whatever. The Saints I get. But it's literally, you put any quarterback on the Saints and they're probably in running for the MVP that season. At least in like a simulation sense. Which is what that is.
On first down, middle of the field, it's Robinson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being
So yeah, they're going to turn Blake Bortles into an all-pro player.
good for 20 on the catch and run.
The Patriots playbook is pretty notorious for that too.
Here's first and 10.
And the Panthers beat
Yard line. Now this pass into
Tampa
the
Bay.
Quan Barkley.
Hmm.
6 yards on
I don't feel so bad now.
that'll make it a second down.
So if Bortles is the quarterback for the Saints, I wonder who Jameis Winston plays for.
Operating from the gun. Jones. That's
The Colts? Question mark. The football team? Question mark.
3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third
I
down.
don't know.
From the gun. Jones.
I don't think it's New England because I'm pretty sure New England is using. Oh, Corey Davis is in New England. Reading the ticker is very interesting.
decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his pass.
Detroit is bad. They're 0-4.
The only one really applauding
Stafford went 9 for 20.
as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And they're using Mike Davis as their running back. I don't.
On first down.
You know,
And he'll get 4.
do you ever stop and think that maybe the reason Detroit hasn't had a 100-yard rusher in forever is because they can't decide on a running back?
I can tell your offensive coordinator, I like to keep
They used a second-round pick on DeAndre Swift. They already had Kerryon Johnson, who looked solid before. Granted, he's hurt all the time, so that was probably a decent pick. Swift looks good,
considering the blitz that they just
and yet they still also brought in Adrian Peterson. And now this offseason, they signed somebody else.
Jones.
Oh, Ioannidis nearly had a pick.
Complete.
That would have just been like an exclamation point on his first game in Dallas.
Field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out.
But I just don't get it. I don't remember what running back they signed. It was like an older running back.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive.
But there's Surtain with his first pick. He is slow. Whoa.
That interception may be the exclamation mark on what really all around has been a good performance.
Okay, well, I have got to get passing yards, so sorry, New York. Actually, no, I'm not.
I think the next time the offense gets the ball, I just think about running it and getting the clock done and getting the heck out of here.
29 yards. That's all I need.
Before the grammar police come after me, I think it's exclamation point, not mark, right?
You're asking me? Seriously?
Yeah, you're smarter than
Oh, now they're talking about grammar. I'm concerned.
the big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already.
Hot routes. Cooper. Streak.
Here's Prescott.
Oh, coverage didn't set up the way I wanted it to. I thought I had Cooper just wide open.
After a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
But yeah, oh my gosh, I wish I could remember who they signed.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
It was like a halfway decent running back.
Drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective.
And I cannot remember now who it was that they brought in.
They haven't picked a ball off yet. They
Huh.
probably should have been there first. And it's third down now.
I don't know. Either way, I just find that very odd, and it makes me wonder if that's part of the reason why they can't run the ball effectively. Because they can't pick a running back. So, oh, well, we don't know who we want, so we just won't pick, and we'll just be bad.
One now on 1st and 10. To the air again, Prescott eluding the pressure. And he can't find
Oh, I didn't want to take the sack. I was trying to get rid of it. I think the number, though, that they're going to be looking for is...
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Prescott buying time to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
I might have it anyway, just with the with my rushing yards. 'Cause he's got 26 rushing yards.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott.
Oh,
And that is incomplete.
oh yeah, I've got it,
Popped up in the air.
but I'm gonna go for it
Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually
just to make sure, because I'll be really upset if I don't get it.
in this case, no one came up with it.
And he finds his target. It's Schultz.
Okay, he's at 350 yards.
He is stopped
I've got the touchdowns.
short of a first down.
It was total touchdowns, 350 yards, no interceptions,
Talk about trying to
and we should get the win.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points
Well,
on the board, I don't care what the situation
oh, now
is.
Surtain's fast.
And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of it. That's just who they are.
The 17-yard line.
So it's Giants football here as we welcome you.
And yes, I will run the score up on the Giants.
All of a sudden they've got a first down in
They're the Giants.
firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Jones pass.
And now they're inside
Oh, the Giants are not as bad as the Eagles. They are still,
7 yards. They pick up the pitching count.
they're still evil, and they must be destroyed.
There, but this is what zone defenses
And besides, everyone feels that way about the Cowboys, so
much run after the catch.
Well, the trials and
I'm allowed to
tribulations
hate the
of a
Giants.
quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
and the Eagles, and the Steelers, and the football team, and the Niners.
Hanging in there and trying to make something happen.
Although, to be fair, only the divisional teams have been rivals in my lifetime. Oh, Jamal Adams. Let's go.
Picked off by Jamal Adams.
God,
It's all the way up.
what did they do to Daniel Jones' speed? How fast is he?
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers
That was a really bad pass.
Just watching him work with such great
Oh,
technique
I was looking at the wrong
and
person.
actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Amari Cooper and the rest of the offense heading back out there now.
So the Giants have had 4 turnovers today, and we've had none. And it's clearly the difference.
Over 100 yards, we'll see how they adjust.
So basically our first run in forever, Zeke gets like 12 yards.
We've done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by
Well, we were keeping him fresh so that he could do this at the end. This is a... Oh.
And he stopped
This is what the kids like to call garbage time.
that time by Dalvin Tomlinson. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
If we don't get the first... Oh, it's second down, so...
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
on any run.
I'll throw a pass here.
They're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance.
No, I'm not going to throw a pass.
Nice game like that, you're able to do so many things.
I lied. I'm afraid. I'm afraid of throwing an interception.
The ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They're going option play on 3rd down.
Oh, no!
He's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And with
Uh,
10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field.
it should still be fine.
Pretty good on the scoreboard. They're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Let me pick up a few extra yards.
Played.
Yep, 356 yards passing, 26 yards rushing,
The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the Giants are
and maybe we'll get another sack or something.
one final.
'Cause that's just the kind of guy that I am.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
So, there we go. We get our first win of the season.
They could look at on film.
And we actually did what the Alden Smith told us to get 3 turnovers against the Giants, and we did.
And continue to get better.
We got the win,
But they also need
stopped the losing streak, thank God.
that many points. Even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
338 passing yards, 54 rushing yards. We somehow still managed to outrush them.
Finally get their first one of the season here in
So 38 to 15.
Be at home for one
They beat us week 1. We absolutely slaughtered them week 4.
for the Giants. The defeat is their first of the year as they drop
30 of 41, 356 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. He had 3 rushing touchdowns though on 26 yards. 9 for 81 and a touchdown for Schultz, 7 for 87 and a touchdown for Gallup, 7 for 115 for Cooper, 4 for 53 for Lamb, 2 for 11 for Zeke, and 1 for 9 for McKeon. Looney gave up a sack. Defensively, Vander Esch had 8 tackles, Surtain had 7. Tackles for loss, 1 for Diggs, 1 for Smith, 1 for Vander Esch. Sacks, we had 5 total, 2 for Ioannidis, 1 for Alden Smith, 1 for Lawrence, 1 for Gregory. So all of my starting defensive linemen basically got a sack. And then Jamal Adams and Surtain both had interceptions down in the red zone, both of whom were ran down by Daniel Jones, who I'm convinced is the fastest man in this game. Because that was wild. Jamal Adams had a pretty big jump on him, too. But it feels good to get the win. And now, unless something goofy happens with Madden... Ooh, Cooper's up to a 94 now. We might can get him into the 99 club. Yes. Give him all the upgrades. He's now an 87 overall. And Connor Williams will give him a little boost. He's now a 73 overall. And this guy, who is our only depth corner after the main 4 guys. Alright, here's the players only meeting. Finally, the losing streak is over. Yep, there's my alarm. Alvin Smith's legacy has grown by 100. Oh, okay. That's all I get out of that? Whack. Never doubted Dak Prescott for a second. How's it feel to have one of the best QBs in the NFL? Dak Prescott is now a superstar X Factor and can use a zone ability. Plus 8,000 XP for your quarterback. Let's go.
Now let's take a minute to see how
That
you
is
can
what we
improve your
love
team.
to see. As we have the
Start
Raiders
by installing
next
your
week.
game plan.
Yeah, Zeke, I know you're unhappy. We'll get you going next week. Dak didn't get enough XP to go up. But let's set his upgrade ability because he's gonna have something goofy. Yep, he has high-low Deadeye. We're not using that. We will give you. We'll give you Omaha. Yeah, we'll go with that for now. Pocket Deadeye, Conductor. Let's do. Let's go with no. Do Clutch because I feel like we're gonna need that. Fast Break. Yeah, I think Fast Break is what we want. So I need to get to a 90 to unlock my last ability slot, and I think I need to be at a certain overall to unlock. Or like a certain overall improviser or something to get to unlock Escape Artist. But anyway, I've got to get out of here because my recording's going to cut off. So if you enjoyed, leave a like. This is Casual Flacker saying bye-bye.